Title: Hella and the Whispering Forest. Hella was a beautiful, innocent girl whose eyes were filled with the sparkle of dreams and whose heart was filled with tenderness. She lived in a small village where every day the sun gently, it sparkled and the fragrance lingered in the air. One day, Hella put some fruits in her small bag, adorned her hair with wild flowers, and set off towards the forest. Everyone said that this forest speaks whoever from the heart. Listen, the forest must be saying something to him, but Hella wasn't afraid. She loved trees, birds, and stories very much. Maybe today the forest was going to tell her a special story. As soon as she was at the tree's side I entered, a soft breeze blew, and it seemed as if the forest was whispering in her ears. Hella, Hella, welcome. Part 2. Hella began to walk on the leaves with her tiny steps. At every step, pee. The branches creaked as if a sound of laughter. The trees were swaying slowly, and the birds were perched, humming a faint tune. Suddenly a tiny voice came. Hey, little girl, who are you? Hella looked around, and a small rabbit came in front. It was completely white, like a bundle of snow. Hella smiled and said, My name is Hella. I have come from the village. Who are you? The rabbit, while wiggling its ears, said, I am Tico of the forest, friend. Why did you come to the forest? Hella looked at the sky, where the sunlight was filtering through the trees, and spoke softly. I came to find a story. They say it is hidden in the forest, special stories which only those with true hearts can hear. Tico jumped with joy. Then you have come to the right place. Come, I will take you to a magical tree. It only talks to those with hearts. Hella held the rabbit's hand, and both began to move towards the interior of the forest, laughing and playing. On the way, they saw a squirrel that came down from the tree and said, To reach the tree, you will have to solve 3 secrets. Part 3. The first secret, the riddle of light. The squirrel said, sitting on a tree branch, If you want to meet the magical tree, first answer a riddle. Hella softly. He nodded his head. Ask, I am ready. The squirrel recited the riddle in a deep voice. I am neither sun nor lamp, yet I dispel the darkness. Even the day is incomplete without me. Tell me, who am I? Hella listened carefully. She looked at the sky, then put her hand on her eyes, as if thinking about something. Then she smiled and said, Light? You are talking about light. The squirrel started clapping. That's right, the first secret is solved. Then Tico, rabbit said, jumping with joy, 2 more left, Hella. You are very brave and wise. At that moment, a faint voice came from between the trees. As if the voice was also raising Hella. Then the squirrel, sitting on the stone, he said, I'm going to listen to the second secret. Second secret. The question of time. The squirrel spread a dry leaf in the ground, sat on it, closed its eyes, and after a while spoke. We will solve it too. I come, stop, and change. Never changes. I cannot be touched, I cannot be seen, yet every heart hears me. And the magical tree will speak to you. And perhaps will also give you your own special story. The forest's atmosphere had now become even more peaceful. Birds silent, trees white, peace, light. Birds eat, bird light. Birds eat, riddle light. Now this world can more fears. She can tell. But something is different from that. She thought of herself in his mother's arms, the time when she was alone. Then she remembered the moment when someone embraced her, or when she met someone's tears. Then within his eyes, he slowly said, "This is snow." The forest suddenly lit up. The leaves of the trees began to sway. Fireflies began to dance in the air, and birds began to sing. "Yes!" the squirrel shouted with joy. "This is the true answer. You have solved all 3 secrets. H! Hello!" Suddenly, a very large, old tree began to shake. A faint light emerged from its trunk, as if it were waking up. Its branches slowly bent down, and the tree's deep, soft voice echoed. "Hello. Your heart is pure. You have earned the right to hear my story. Come closer, and listen to the secrets that are only told to a few." Hala went silently closer. The tree made a circle of light around her with its branches, and the story began to be told. This forest is a dream, and you, Hela, are the light of this dream. Part 6, last part. The secret of the magical tree and the return of Hela. The voice of the tree was very deep, but calm. It seemed as if the whole earth was in it. To listen to whose words holding their breath? "Hala," the tree said softly. "You have proven that you know the meaning of truth, time, and smile. Now I tell you the secret that only those hearts get that love filled with." A small, shiny seed fell to the ground from the branches of the tree. It was bathed in light, like a piece of moonlight. "This seed is magical," the tree said. "If you give it to the most beloved of your village, put it in a corner, then it will become a tree that will never die. It will give everyone happiness, peace, and hope. Whenever someone is sad, just sit by this tree and his heart will be lightened." Hela picked up the seed gently. In his eyes was wonder, joy, and a light that only shines in innocent hearts. The tree finally said, "This is the secret of love, the real magic. Magic is not in any herb or mantra, but in truth, value of time, and in bringing smiles to the faces of others. A return from the distant."